Good afternoon, Chattanooga, Hamilton County. It is yours truly, Dr. Woods, here on What's Happening in Your Neck of the Woods, where we always tell it like we got to tell it. We tell it, we tell it, we tell it. We are so excited here every Saturday between the hours of 1, I'll say 1 to 3. But we are very excited because every time we come on the show, we got something else. We got to tell the tea about what's going on in your great city. And there's so many things going on. I don't even know where to start. But I think I will start first with saying, how are you? How are you doing out there today? We're in the fall season and we're heading into Thanksgiving season of giving, and then on into Christmas, the season of just giving thanks and acknowledging what we celebrate Christmas for. And we're just excited because Autumn Park Development Corporation is all in the middle of that. We are, because what we do is we give back to the community. We've been doing it since 1998. We are still strong and thriving. God has blessed us enormously and given us a great undertaking because he knows that we've done good in the past. And God says, be faithful over the little things and he'll give you more, and he'll trust you with more to do more. And so I just want to first start out by saying thank you to my Lord and Jesus Christ Savior, who has blessed this organization. And yes, I mean, sometimes you say, Lord, you want me to go? But we don't ever question the Lord. We just go. When he says go, we go. So I thank the Lord for putting me in the position and entrusting me to do his good will for all people. And so every year, starting 6 years ago, we started the Humanitarian Awards Banquet, where we recognize people in the community that have went above and beyond the call of duty to do goodwill to mankind. And we're talking about people who have given themselves, I mean, unselfishly given themselves, and have made a profound effect or a profound difference in this community by changing the trajectory of the community and people that live in this community live. And so we are very proud. This is a very prestigious honor and award, the Humanitarian Award. And we've given it for 6 years. And this year, it's going to happen December the 16th. We want you all to be here because most of the time, humanitarians are real philanthropic people, and they never toot their own horn. And so I like to call them unsung heroes, because unless we let them know that we thank them and we appreciate them, then it may always go unnoticed. So we're here to say to the people of Chattanooga that when you do something profound and you change the trajectory of people's lives, we notice that. And it's not that we're saying that we want to give you something for what you've done, because there is no balance there. We can never repay you for all the years of dedication and sacrifices. And some of the sacrifices include financial sacrifices. People just don't understand what all you've went through to make Chattanooga, Hamilton County, a better place to live. But we want to show you that we notice you, we see you. And not only do we notice and see you, but other people notice and see you. So we vetted you. There were over 25 names given to be vetted for this year's honorees, and 5 names passed the vetting process. And so we want to call those names out. They've been contacted. And I start off with Mr. Johnny Holloway, who's a civil rights activist and was complaining in a federal civil rights lawsuit that changed the form of government in the city of Chattanooga to make it equitable and fair for all people. I'm just giving a one-line item because their bios are extremely extensive. And our next person is Pastor John Taylor, who is the owner of Taylor Funeral Home. And if any of you all know him, you know that he has got to be one of the most philanthropic person in this community, giving back to families, making sure that families who need are provided for, especially in the time of the loss of their loved ones, just giving back, serving this community. He's one of our former city councilmen. Is he's an entrepreneur with many businesses that help other people. So he's a part of economic growth and impact in this community. So we salute him today also. Also, um, Pastor Tony, Silverdale Baptist Church, who is a worldwide, I like to say global philanthropist. So it not only has affected or changed the lives of people in Chattanooga with what he's done, it has surpassed Chattanooga, Tennessee, and went on throughout the country and outside this country. The great things that he's done, it's just amazing. When I looked at the profile of all of these people, you never know what people are doing in this community that make your life better. And they need to be saluted for what they've done, because it's not just your tax dollars. I want to say that too, because we all are tax paying people here in this community. It's not just the tax dollars that go toward making Chattanooga a great place to live, but there are families and people who sow seeds in this community that help to project the city of Chattanooga in the image that we are seeing all around the world as being one of the best places to live and raise your family, and a great place and a safe place for people to come and travel and tour. So we want to thank Pastor Tony for all that he has done in building this community, and not only economically, but what he's done to help the poor and the downtrodden communities of this city and abroad. Mr. Charlie Brock, and I talked to him, and these people are some of the most humble people you ever want to come into contact. And I just, I want to say that because most of the time, people that have done so much for this community, when you call them and you say, "Hey, you've got this big prestigious award because of what you've done," they get kind of embarrassed a little bit, because sometimes people do things from their heart. Well, most of the time, 90%, 99% of the time, people do things from their heart. They don't want any earthly recognition for it, because they're doing it for the love of people and for the love of God. And so when you tell them, "Hey, you're going to get recognized," they go, "Who, me? Oh, really?" And I just like to say that Mr. Brock has done so much for the Boys and Girls Club here in Chattanooga and outside of Chattanooga, with all of his philanthropic seeds that he has sown into this great organization. And not just the Boys and Girls Club, but do you all recognize or know that he has done so much with Collab? I didn't realize he had done so much in the business industry to create business growth for so many entrepreneurs here in Chattanooga. And, I didn't know he was involved with Pinnacle. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on with this man. He travels in and out of this community all around the world, traveling just to come back and provide better opportunities for us here in Chattanooga. And I just want to say, we're going to give him a salute for all that he has done to impact our community on the economic end of things, and also those little boys and those little girls who have been in the community, who may not have had the opportunities that have been afforded to them. When I think about Boys and Girls Club, I think about Shaquille O'Neal. I think about Denzel Washington and some of the other folks who have benefited from the Boys and Girls Club growing up in these communities, that if Boys and Girls Club was not there, they might have fallen through the cracks. So we salute Mr. Brock for all that he's done. And also Reverend Henry McLean. Oh my God, this man, not only has he lived in Chattanooga beyond 10 years, we're talking about 64 years, which is basically all his life. He has sowed seeds in this community for more than 19 or 20 years. And I didn't realize how much he has had an impact on our community and the underserved communities, giving back from his church and giving back even when he was not a pastor at Hamlet Church. all the things that he's done out here in the Alton Park community, working with the housing authority, working with the homeless shelter, working with the community center, just every day giving back of his life unselfishly so that people would have a better life. And I just tell you, when you see people like that that don't have to do it, you know, don't have really any type of benefit coming back to them for all that they do, you have to salute them because they deserve to be applauded. Because every day in our life when we live, we can just go to work, make money for our family, and live happily ever after. But God calls us to a greater calling for mankind. And I always say that these are God, we're all God's children, but God puts people in front of us to see every day that may not have the same opportunity that He's afforded us, so that we can look at these people and say, for God, for God, I will give, I will share, and I will help do all that I can do to make their lives better and to give them a hands up so that I can help change the trajectory of their life. And for those reasons, the Alton Park Development Corporation started the Chattanooga Humanitarian Awards 6 years ago. This is our sixth annual banquet and gala. And yes, we have live entertainment, dinners included. It is a black tie event. So we want to let you know it is cream of the cream. As they say, top of the top, best of the best event of the year. And we want you to be a part of it so that you can say thank you. Some of your family members, I'm sure that some of us have families that are being served by these five people in some capacity. It may not be your immediate family, or maybe it is your immediate family. It may be your children. It may be your grandchildren. It may be your uncle, your aunt, your grandparents. Somebody you know has benefited, and you may have personally benefited for what one or more of these individuals have done to make Chattanooga a better place to live. So we say to you, we have tickets available for the gala. All of the funding that we collect from the gala goes into the community. 97% goes right back into the community to benefit the people of the greater Chattanooga area. So we want to say, when you give, when you buy a ticket, that ticket has a 100% tax deductible credit minus the value of the plate of your food. 100 tax deductible credit that you can use to offset your tax costs at the end of the year. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And so when you give to Alton Park Development Corporation, you are truly doing your part to make Chattanooga a better place to live. And we want to thank you. If we can also let you know that the tickets are also available on eventbrite.com under the Chattanooga Humanitarian Awards Banquet and Gala. You can buy the tickets there. Also, they are available if you contact one of our board members. There's a little surcharge on eventbrite.com for the processing fees. Not very much, it's a little minimal. But if you want to buy the tickets, we have VIP tickets, which means your seating is reserved. And I think at those tables, we have a little spirits there for you to enjoy also. And then, of course, we have our general admission tickets. The tickets are on sale right now for you to come and enjoy and just give back. We are in that season of giving, and we're in that season of being a blessing to other people, and to also continue to help the Alton Park Development Corporation. We are the only African American community development corporation that's based here in Chattanooga, Hamilton County. We've had many, but we are the last surviving community development corporation. And what we do is to serve the community. Doesn't matter what nationality you are, but if you are in need, we are here for you. So we've got some great partnerships with Alton Park Development Corporation. I just had a meeting yesterday with hopefully what's going to be one of the greatest. We'll talk about it more. Uh, one of the greatest partnerships here in our organization. We're going to be hopefully providing very soon the daycare, um, 0 to 5 years of age is much needed. We have the space and we want to provide that through our partnership. We have the American Legion, which we're very proud of. The military folk here, and they do things all year long that benefit our soldiers who've been to war, our soldiers who are still serving this country, and our children. And so we love them for what they do. I can't say enough, and they're here as a partner with Autumn Park Development Corporation. They have their space out here. So if you want to give to Autumn Park Development Corporation and you want to, I like to say, uh, uh, specifically donate that to the American Legion, then you can specify that on your donation and we'll make sure that it gets to them. And Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, which I'm a proud member. And nothing that we say on this radio station represents Alden Park. I want to say that disclaimer up front represents Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority in any form, shape, or fashion. This is clearly the opinions of mine. And what's happening in your neck of the woods as a talk show host. It doesn't even represent necessarily WPTP in that sense. So I want to just offer that disclaimer. We are here merely to give information and to educate, to engage and empower the community through what we give and what we say on this radio station. And we are going to have with us joining next week and weeks to come, um, Miss Jennifer Woods, who is the chairperson of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Social Justice Committee or Social Activist Committee to talk about the importance of making sure that you are registered to vote and that your vote counts in the 2024 election and therefore going on forward after that. Why it is your moral obligation to your community and to your family and to yourself to make sure you cast your vote. We're not telling you who to vote for. We just want you to be in position to vote. And so she'll be joining us either next week or the week after to talk about what you can do to make sure that you are registered to vote. And if you go to our website, Autumn Park Development Corporation website, and WPTP website on our homepage, you can just click on that button that says register here to vote, and you can do it online. You don't even have to go in to the voters registration headquarters to vote or to get your paperwork. You can now do it electronically, and we have provided the means to do that right from your living room, right from your bedroom, right from your house, right from your computer. You can just click on register to vote right there. It'll take you through the prompts where you can fill out that form and hit submit when you're done, and it's over with. You are registered to vote. And then on our other website, APDC website, which is apdc98.org. You can go there as well and click on register to vote. So we are making it easy for you to register to vote. There is no excuse anymore unless you just don't want to do it. And I can't understand why, but it is available for you. And Alton Park Development Corporation is doing our part to make sure that you have the accessibility to register to vote for 2024 election. And these elections are so critical. Let your voice be heard. You can fuss, you can get on your podcast, you can, go out and hold signs up, you can march, you can shout, you can fight, you can do whatever you want to do, but nothing matters until you register yourself to vote and you go in to the voting polls and you vote. You cast your vote. And we are here to educate you about all of the candidates, which will be coming up very soon. because they're getting ready to start. Some of them have already started kind of campaign. I call it silent campaigning right now to kind of tell you what they're all about because they want to get a head start. And it's almost really that season to actually be campaigning because 2024 is only 3 months away. So you've got candidates already cranking up their engines and getting ready. So they'll be knocking on doors, calling you, asking you for support, but you need to go and vote as an informed voter. So we want to have workshops, have all types of debates, and let you know when those debates are coming up. And I know Miss Woods, who is representing the Tennessee caucus or the Tennessee Black Caucus, they'll be having. She may not be representing them. I don't want to misquote it, but I know that she's informed me that the Black Caucus will be having their debate February the 1st, 2024. But I'll let her tell you more about that. Also, joining pretty soon, we'll be entertaining as many candidates as possible just to kind of give them an opportunity to come on. And we're not even telling you to vote for one or the other, but the doors are open for all candidates on either side, Republican, Democrat, Independents, to come on and give a 10-minute presentation of what they stand for and why you should vote. And the great thing about WPTP is that once they're on our air and they talk to you through all of our platforms, it is recorded for you to go back and listen to them over and over and compare one candidate to the other. And invites are going out starting next week for them to come on if they're ready to come on to talk. And we'll be doing this all the way up to election time in 2024, giving them an opportunity to come on and share with you their platforms and also ask questions. That's the other great thing about being on the analog with WPTP and also digital with all of our social media platforms, is that you can text your comments to us and we can answer directly. You can also call in. We've had some technical issues with our call in, but you can still call in and we can pass the questions on to our candidates or whoever's on the show by dialing 423-713-7614. And the beautiful thing about WPTP radio is that we are not only just local through our analog radio stations, but we are also countywide, statewide, nationwide, and global. Anywhere there's internet, you can hear us and hear our network 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, just by going to WPTP 1001fm.com. You can hear us, and you can also go to Facebook, and we have our Facebook fan page and our Facebook where we record all of our shows by going to WPTP 100.1 FM radio. You can go to our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube by going to WPTP 100.1 radio. We're also on Twitter at WPTP Radio Chat. And we're also on Instagram at WPTP Radio Chattanooga. So you can get us, all of our handles are there. We are on the cutting edge of technology here at WPTP. And I always tell everybody we were kind of ahead of this because we knew the way our country was going with digital technology. And so we were ready for it when you weren't ready for it. We were already broadcasting simultaneously on all of our handles and our platforms, just so you could not only hear us anywhere in the world, but you could also see us, and you can also go back and watch a show that you missed anytime, anywhere, any place. So we're just excited about that because what that does, all of our guests that come on, It allows them to call their friends and their family members anywhere in the country or outside the country and say, hey, I'm going to be on WPTP radio show today at 1 o'clock. And if you miss it, you can go back and watch me because they record every show. But they also can let them know, call in and ask any questions while I'm on the show. So that's just a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to share that with everybody. As you get ready to promote your organizations or your businesses, think about APDC and WPTP Radio because we would love to have you as a sponsor. We have some great sponsors now. We put their sponsorships on our radio station all the time to let people know that they are supporting WPTP, and we're letting people know about their businesses, how they can reach out and contact them. We give their phone numbers, their addresses, their emails, and all of that so that their company can benefit as being a sponsor of WPTP Radio. And guess what? Your sponsorship is 100% tax deductible. So if you got $1 million laying around or $1 laying around, you can give that to Auburn Park Development Corporation through our many programs that we have. And our radio station is one of our programs. You can also rent our event hall out. It is the Chattanooga Civic Center at Mountainside Event Hall. We want to thank all of the folks that have used and are still using our event hall for their events. It is a magnificent event hall at a very, very, I would say, uh, affordable. Can I say that word on our radio station? Let's just say it is a community civic center, and basically what we're providing for you is something that you can afford and something that you can also be proud of when you bring your family, your friends, your event to our facility. We have a food bar, we have a food bar and a bar. We have a community side for we have pool tables in there. Of course, we've got our elegant dining area with chandeliers. We have a stage for band performances and plays. If you're a church, if you want to have an anniversary here, please consider our event hall. If you're having a wedding, if you're having a birthday party, if you're having a graduation and you don't know or have a place to have it at, we're the perfect events hall for you to choose. And I just like to say it is a very beautiful event hall. We're very proud of it because we were blessed with some funding to restore our event hall area and put some very beautiful things in there to make it, I like to say, competitive with any event hall that you may go out and look for. So consider us. You can call us directly. If you're interested, you can email us. If our engineers will put up the email, if you're interested in booking our event hall, please do that. We'll be glad to let you come in and tour the facility and answer any questions. That's WPTP1001FM@gmail.com. Also, our Autumn Park Development Corporation email is APDC. I'm sorry, Alton Park CDC. Alton Park CDC 98 at gmail.com. So we have two ways that you can contact us. And of course, you can always call us at 423-713-7614. And most of you all know my contact information or can get in contact with me. I'm an open book almost. So through the various ways, people that you know, our contact information, our website, join our fan book page, our fan page with the radio station. You can always reach us that way. There's just so many ways that you can reach out and find out how to get in contact with us to look at our event hall. I want to ask everyone in the listening audience to be in prayer with Autumn Park Development Corporation as we enter into negotiations with a potential new partner. It's going to be I would like to say, a very great collaborative partnership for our community. As we like to give back, we like to have a facility where your children can feel safe and come for education, after school programs. We are very blessed to have a computer center. We're very blessed to have rooms out here that every room has a bathroom and a door that goes to the outside. So it's safe. We have surveillance cameras around our facility for safety. And safety is first. We know that safety is first. But we want you to know that not only is it safe, but it's a very beautiful place to come. And you're giving back. Whenever you give to this organization, you're giving back to the community that you serve. So that's one great thing about Autumn Park Development Corporation is that we are a organization that gives back. So we're looking forward to everybody jumping on board as we are the proud owners of the, we call it the historic Pineywood Elementary School that is now the Chattanooga Civic Center at Mountainside, which it is a civic center. Why is it a civic center? Because you can come here. It's a place for economic opportunities and growth, for information, where you can come and fill out applications here at our computer center area. Um, we have a thrift store here for folks that we sell everything. These things have been donated. Some things are very brand new with tags still on them that stores in the community have given just for us to give to you. We invite you to be a part of that. We have a dental clinic here as well for the underserved community to get people out of pain, to stop pain and suffering. And yes, we like to say that we have a community service organization here, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, whose main goal and motto is to give back and be of service to all mankind. So we like to thank them for their partnership here at Alton Park. They have a beautiful pink and green room. Shout out to all the folk that volunteered to turn that room into a pink and green. I'm wearing my pink and green today, but we just want to say thank you to Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority for being a part and continuing to be a part of the solution to the problems that we have in our community. And thank you again to the American Legion for all that they're doing every day to make our community better for our veterans and for our children. And a thank you to the church that will be partnering with us. And right now, I hadn't got permission to say his name yet. So we're just going to keep it like that. And when we're done with our paperwork and got everything signed off and agreed, we're going to have them come on the show so that they can talk about what they're doing for after school care, for the children, for the daycare that they'll be providing for babies up to the age of 5 years of age. So I don't want to get too ahead of that, but you all be in prayer as the state inspectors will be here on Monday to inspect the facility for the safety of the children and to make sure that our house is in order and to give us the things that we would have to do to get it in order if it's not in order. So I just want to be in prayer with you all on that number because we need it. We need it. We have a whole community of people that need somewhere to take their children as daycares are in such great need of everywhere, not just in Chattanooga, but everywhere. And quality daycares are needed. That I want to stress that quality daycares are needed. And so, with us being a partnership, you already know I strive for excellence. I'm very professional at what I do by the mere nature of what I do as a dentist. I'm very professional and I do things with excellence. My career requires that I do things with excellence. So I take that outside of my practice and I apply it to my daily living, and I can't help myself. So as people say, Dr. Woods, you kind of bossy. Well, not really bossy. I just really like things to be done correctly. And maybe it is my approach because I oversee so many employees every day. And to make sure that everything is done correctly, you have to almost not micromanage, but you have to be on top of people because not everybody is accustomed to doing things with excellence. But if we want things to come out right, every T has to be crossed, every I has to be dotted, and you won't get that excellent result if you don't apply excellence to everything that you do. And so that means paperwork has to be in order. Finances have to be in order. Everything have to be in order. And then the results will be in order. So you can't do things messy and expect things to come out great. I always tell everybody the first impression or the impressions that you make will determine the outcome. When we make molds for dentures or make molds for crowns and bridge work, or when we do things for implants and, I'm doing things for, I like to say bone regeneration or any type of reconstructive work in the mouth. Every single thing, every step that we make, the foundation will determine the outcome. So if we mess up the impression, if we don't, um, I like to say, do the surgery right, then you can expect some bad results. So we have to do everything with excellence, and we have to understand uh, that when you're dealing with people like us in the medical profession, us doctors that have your life in our hand, your life and everything that comes out of what we do is dependent on us doing everything with excellence. So sometimes we do appear to be bossy a little bit because we know when things are not done right, it's going to have a bad result. So forgive us. I think our training has kind of put us in that mode of thinking, and we probably because they say we practice medicine. That means we always have room for improvement. So I think that because we're in that mode of thinking, when we do this every day in our careers, we it's hard to turn that button off, and we don't turn the button off. I mean, we are really gurus when it comes to doing things with perfection. And so we try to carry that on, like I said, into our daily life. So here at Alden Park Development Corporation, we do everything with excellence. If it's not and it needs some improvements, we strive to work on those things that need to be improved. And when we partner with people, it's very important that they also understand that it may be their organization that they want to partner, but whatever they do affects the organization as a whole. So everything has to be done with excellence. So I want to thank all of our partners that have partnered with us thus far for being those kind of collaborative partners that also do things with excellence. And we wouldn't have it any other way because if we mess up as an organization, then we fail you. And that's not something God has entrusted us to fall on. He entrusted us to do his will and to do it with perfection and to seek him for information when we don't understand something and to ask him to guide us, to ask him to put the right people in our lives, the right partners in our organization, and just to open up the doors of opportunity so we can continue to do our great deeds for this community. And like I said, it started in 1998 with the Hope 6 grant. We were given a $32 million, this organization, to clean up one of the dirtiest cities in the nation. Walter Cronkite declared that in 1965 that Chattanooga was the most polluted, dirtiest city in our nation. And because of that, the toxins in the air from all the factories out here in Alton Park, by the way, were beginning to have its devastating effect on the entire city. As the waters were polluted, the streams in this community, those chemicals and toxins flowed from the creek into the river. It's the water that we drink, and the waters continue to flow into the oceans. So we had to do something about that. We were on a decline with tourism. Downtown was like a desert. Nobody traveled down there. There was stores and things closing because the opportunity for economic growth wasn't there. So the great leaders of this community got together and worked and worked and worked and worked and toiled with the federal government until they were able to get the funding. And when we provided as a community matching dollars to clean up Alton Park Development Corporation's community, which is all of Alton Park, St. Elmo, downtown, any air that you were breathing in Hamilton County, to clean up that air. So a lot of factories were closed down. We had a lot of super funds to come in because the soil was contaminated. Not only was the soil contaminated and the air, but like I said, the creeks were contaminated. The groundwater was contaminated. People that love the outdoor life, they didn't have very much um, to really enjoy anymore because people were developing emphysema. The children were developing asthma. The air was dirty. Couldn't breathe. When you come out to Alton Park, when you hit Alton Park, you smelt it. The filthiest smell that you ever want to smell. And it would almost make you, and some people did, gag. It was just that bad. People that were fishing in the stream and ate the fish, some of them that were eating the fish that were contaminated didn't know that the fish were contaminated. But as you know, the food chain, how it works, if the fish are contaminated and we eat the fish, what happens? If they have cancerous chemicals in the fish and we eat the fish, then that means we're going to get cancer, right? I'm a biologist and a chemist. So I can tell you with the food chain how that works. So we cleaned up the air. It took years of cleaning up the air. And also, we removed the majority of the blight and slum. I think another Hope 6 project need to come through because we didn't quite get finished, but we did something about that air. We did something about the soil. We did something about the water. And for that, we're very thankful. But we still have a great work. We still have some of the highest crime rates, some of the highest unemployment rates, some of the worst health issues in Alton Park and outside of Alton Park. So we have great work to do. Our youth, the education system, we have a lot of work to do. And I would love to see a day when Alton Park Development Corporation is needed. That means we can just shut the door because there's no more crime. The housing issues is resolved. There's no more homelessness. There's no more hunger. The health has gotten so good that you don't even need us for that. The community is doing so great that we can just shut the door. But right now, the need is still so great. And you can make a difference through your contributions, through your support. Whenever we have galas and events, telethons, all of these things that we do to bring revenue, to keep our doors open and to continue to serve you, that's what that money is used for. All of our board members are non-paid board members. We volunteer our time, including myself, to do what we do. And we give. We give. Our board members give. We have dues that we pay to our board to make sure that some of the funding comes from us. We sow seeds ourselves. So when we ask you to sow seeds, we're not asking you to do something that we're not doing. And so for that reason, we need you, and I always tell people I'm a professional beggar. I'm begging you to continue to help Autumn Park Development Corporation. God has blessed us with this beautiful, historic, monumental building that we are doing some great things in, and we want to continue to be able to pay our bills. We want to be able to continue to pay the lights, the water, our sewage, our taxes, all those things that we are still responsible for, so we can still be here. Have you all been out here? If you've not been out here to see this great monumental historical building, which means that it is precious, it is invaluable. It is invaluable. Why? Because it was built in 1963 at the height of the civil rights movement for Black children only. We have 8 acres of land with this facility, so we got an opportunity to do some great stuff. We are working with people all across this great city and state, and we're going to continue to do that. I'm talking with people in both the city and the county about what we can do to utilize the property that we have that's untapped, and at the same time, not to destroy all the nature, because we got to have a balance there, not destroy all the nature that we have without the remaining property. We have a great playground out there with swings and seesaws and a baseball field that the American Legion is working on to make sure that it's ready for our little league basketball court. We just have a lot of stuff to offer the community, and we just want you all to continue to help us. We need you. And so, this comes to the end of this edition of What's Happening in Your Neck of the Woods. And so, you know how I end my show. Today is Saturday. So, tomorrow is Sunday. Be sure to go out and visit a church if you don't have a church home, to give God all the praises and glory. If you don't have a church home, I always say you're always welcome to Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church, located at 400 Tunnel Boulevard here in the great city of Chattanooga. And if you don't have a church home and you don't want to come out because maybe you're bed bound, uh, I love virtual reality. I love virtual everything, because you can now get on your computer and even on your telephone and dial into any church you want to dial into. Go on the website and you can listen virtually to the church services on Sunday. You got to tell the Lord thank you. He loves to hear us. He loves to let us praise him for all his greatness and his goodness. It lets him know we appreciate it. There's nothing more devastating to a person to do everything they know they can do to help somebody, and nobody even looks back and say thank you. So it's to let God know that we are grateful and that we're thankful and we love him. So we give him praise and glory. We should be doing it all day long, 7 days a week, because he said pray without ceasing. But at least on Sunday, y'all, we can get out and fail not to assemble ourselves, which is what he told us to do, and go to church. We need to be around other people. I like to say it's like a hospital. You can go into church and get anointed and touched, and you can just feel the spirit of the Lord moving through the building. But in no way should you fail to give him thanks throughout the day, and definitely on tomorrow. So until next Saturday, the same time, the same place, I want you all to stay blessed, and remember us. Remember the gala that's happening December the 16th, 2023. The time is from 6 to 9 p.m. Yes, we will have live entertainment. We are excited about that. We're going to talk more about our live entertainment, as we have booked our live entertainment for the event. And we've got some surprises for you all on that day, y'all. And we'll talk about that. And everything is catered. The food is going to be off the chain. The entertainment is going to be off the chain. I'd like to thank the mayors, both mayors, for vetting and approving of our 5 outstanding honorees this year. And you all know they get a proclamation, which gives them their own day. They get all types of goodies for what they've done. And it's not to try to pay them back for anything that they've done, but it's to say thank you, because we could never pay them back for what they've done. It ain't enough money in the world. So, to all of our honorees, we thank you and we look forward to being with you all on December the 16th. Get out your black tie stuff and get ready. And if you want to buy ads, if you're out there, you can't be there, you can always buy an ad. We got full page, we got half page, we've got a fourth of a page. You could be a patron. These allow you to have your name printed in the program booklet and give tributes to your family member, your children. Maybe someone in your family has passed along and you want to do a memory page for them. And we also, when you do this, we also now, because we're on the cutting edge of technology, your information will be on our digital sponsor ad platform, which will go on our Facebook page, our website, our YouTube station, and internet, with Twitter and Instagram. So remember that. So it's digital and print with your ads, and you cannot beat that with a baseball bat. So I thank you all again. I love each and every one of you. Remember, pray for us, and I'll pray for you. And we love you. Until next week, you all, I'll see you then.